Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Star Corner 95 Sports vlog. It's where I give my thoughts. It's where I give my opinions and how I feel and express myself about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't have much to say. I honestly don't know what to say anymore about the Dallas Cowboys. At one point, there was a solution. Like, there was a resolution to the offensive issues was in sight. You had it. You could see something. Gives it the ball. They need to run the ball more. RPOs was getting cold Beasley. They need to do more of that. Read options. They need to do more than that. More of that. You saw semblance of something that may materialize as the season progressed. Maybe one of those bum receivers would step up, and maybe Zeke could wield his team, pull a Danny and Thomason and get an MVP award and help the Cowboys win 10, 11 games and get to the playoffs. It's a fantasy, man. It's a fantasy. Listen, the issues with this team on offense are laughable, okay? The Cowboys, the 2018 version of the Dallas Cowboys, plays in the softest era of football imaginable. Every rule is designed to facilitate offensive production, illegal contact, defensive holding, hitting a defenseless receiver. This new soft body weight rule on top of the quarterback where you can't touch them. A hands to the helmet on the quarterback. Hitting them below the knees is a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. Every rule is designed to make playing offense as simple as possible. Defenders cannot touch your receivers. And the Dallas Cowboys just cannot figure out a way to put people in position to make plays. I don't understand it. They say this is a copycat league. What the hell are they copying? Which offense is that they're copying? Where your best player, whose offensive design are the Cowboys copying, where you struggle to consistently move the ball through the air in an era where passing the ball is easier than it's ever been. I'm not just... The creativity in the league right now is at an all-time high, and that's mainly because you can actually use the middle of the field. In the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, they was headhunting across the middle. You couldn't go across the middle without losing your helmet. You hit a defensive receiver, even if he don't catch the ball, it's 15 yards. If he catch it, it's the 15 plus the catch. It's laughable. It's laughable watching that offense. I just, as a fan, as long as there's a chance, as long as there's hope, as long as there's a glimmer of light, you can say, all right, okay, bad game, put it behind us. Let me get ready to root for them the next week against the Jaguars. But we've seen this shit for 5 weeks. We know what's going to happen. Tavon Austin is a bum. If you want to use him in this gadget type offense where you throw him bubble screens and hitch routes and jet sweeps and whatever else creative way you get him the ball, fine. Use him in that way. He is not a wide receiver. Why is this guy on the outside catching skinny posts 15 yards downfield? And then when it hits off his hands and goes into a defender, everybody blames the quarterback. No, it wasn't the most accurate pass thrown by Dak. But you know who would have caught that ball? DeAndre Hopkins. You know who else would have caught that ball? Odell Beckham Jr. Mike Evans. These playmakers catch passes like that. Hell, Cole Beasley might have even caught that pass. The Cowboys do not have playmakers in the wide receiver position grouping. They don't have not one person that can catch the ball. Look what Hopkins did. Hopkins caught the ball 12 yards downfield, broke up field, spun off 2 or 3 bounds, got tackled in field goal position. He made a play to put his team in a position to win the game when all of our receivers were making excuses. Whereas all of our receivers are making excuses. The ball was too high. I lost it in the field of bodies. The defender swiped it across my head. He contacted me before the ball got there. Every excuse for why this receiving corps cannot make plays. Late in that game, Dak Prescott threw Tavon Austin a beautiful sideline pass. We had been screaming for Dak to throw the sideline pass all game. He actually delivered one to Tavon with the game on the line, and Tavon drops the ball when he was contacted by the safety. This is after your quarterback is hit in the mouth. Right now, the Cowboys' biggest issue is there's no consistency amongst any of those players that play wide receiver. Not to mention, Dak has no trust in any of them. Every time he gets them a contested ball, 50-50 ball, the defender's making the play on the ball. I mean, even if you're coming out of the break, you're supposed to come hard out of the break, hands up. So even if you can't catch it, you can at least defend the goddamn ball coming your way. These receivers, they laid out breaks. Dak's throwing it early. They late and lazy out of breaks. Jeff Swan, and if he's our best receiver, because he seems to be the only one that wants to get open. Okay, Rico Gathers that one nice pass off of the play action, and I really hope that they use him a little bit more. But Jeff Swan, has anybody else noticed that Jeff Swan is the best receiver on the Cowboys roster right now? Does anybody else notice that he is the only one consistently getting open? Not to mention the only one that seems to want to catch the ball. Did you see that catch that he got off the turf? And people said that was a bad throw by Dak. It was the only place he could put the ball. Okay, low and away. He put it low and away. The receivers must make adjustments. That's what we need. The offense needs playmaking receivers. Even if Dak gets you the ball 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, can you break a tackle? Can you make somebody miss? Can you fall forward for 3 yards? That's all part of the passing game, too. It's not just Dak throwing a 20-yard completion. It's hard to watch, Cowboys Nation. It's hard to watch. It's extremely hard to watch this team go out there and take a dump all over the field on the offensive side of the ball. It's and every week you see Adam Thielen go out there and dominate. This is an undrafted wide receiver. 6'2", 6'3", nice speed, good route runner. Cooper Kupp, 5'9", 5'10", undrafted wide receiver. You see these guys emerging throughout the league. You see guys that want to make plays and want to be on rosters. When the Cowboys receivers are getting called for not getting open, they have a response. If you watch the tape, you can see that we're getting open. We're doing our job. They need to do their job. Offensive line need to block. Dak need to get rid of the ball. How about you catch a contested pass before you go defending yourself? How about you make some guys miss and take it to the house 70 yards before you get in defense of yourself? How about somebody breaks free when they see their quarterback scrambling, trying to buy you time, and make a catch before you go defending yourself to the media and to fans and to whoever else you feel the need to defend this porous play that we have to keep watching Sunday after Sunday. No, I know I'm on this passing game and I'm on the receivers a lot. I'm not excusing Dak. Dak is what Dak is. These are not the receivers for the type of quarterback that Dak Prescott is. In order to have an offense like the Cowboys want to have with a bunch of speedy, small slot receivers, you have to have a quarterback with pinpoint accuracy. Dak isn't that. He's never been that. Dak puts the ball in the vicinity, and he wants his wide receivers to make adjustments to the catcher. Every quarterback does that. You have some quarterbacks that have better ball placement than others. They're a little bit more accurate than others. Those are the elite level quarterbacks. Everyone else is putting the ball in a spot where he's hoping his receiver can get to the ball, and the receiver has to do the rest. That is how passing the ball works in the NFL. Receivers get paid big dollars to make the 50-50 catch. If there's a guy on your back, if there's a guy underneath you, you're paid to go get the ball. That's your job. If the quarterback can put it in the area for you, if you can get a hand on it, at this point now, we're expecting you to come down with one-hand catches. We're seeing it routinely. It's an expectation now for you to make a one-hand grab. It's no more out of your reach. If it hits one hand, you drop it. If you can get two hands on it, you have to catch that ball. Tavon Austin, you have to catch that ball. I don't care what nobody said. It hit two of your hands. You got to catch that ball. I can't blame Tavon for doing what Tavon does. There's a reason Tavon Austin was available for a 6th-round pick. And now we're seeing why. Okay, if you can't play in that Sean McVay wide open offense, you are garbage. And we're seeing exactly what it is that McVay didn't like about this guy. He doesn't make any tough plays. He dropped one against, remember he dropped the one against in Lions game for a touchdown. Or was it the Seahawks game? He dropped that one. This dude does not make plays. He's not a playmaker. He's fast. Yes, we get all that. We like his speed. You can use it in some gadget formations and do some trickery things with him and all that cutesy stuff. That's cool. Do that. If that's what you want to do with Tavon Austin, do it. Have fun. Keep this dude off the boundary. He is not an outside receiver. He does not consistently create separation. And he will not make the 50-50 catch. It's been determined. Tavon Austin is what Tavon Austin is. Deontay Thomas. When the hell did Deontay Thomas become anybody's outside #1 XY receiver? Somebody explain that one to me. I'm tired of seeing Deontay Thompson coming back on comeback routes 15 yards downfield like he's routed somebody up and he's going to tap his toes and go out of bounds. Incompletion. Deontay Thompson is not that good. There's a reason he's a journeyman deep threat receiver. Send him deep on fly routes. Get him out there on some post routes. Stop with all of this comeback around and deep outs with Deontay Thompson. Who is he? Michael Gallup. If we're going to force balls to somebody, can we at least see if he can make the catches? Because I'm not seeing enough of him. From what I've seen, I'm not a huge fan right now at the moment, but I would love to see a little bit more of him. I don't know what he can do right now. I know in the preseason you sent him deep, and he was able to get free and go down there and make that damn catch. Can we see a little bit more of him, please? Jeff Swan, Rico Gavis, Michael Gallup, I guess Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns is exactly what we all thought Allen Hurns was. A fringe 2, a 3, a slot receiver, fringe 2 receiver. He's a number 3 receiver, fringe number 2 receiver. Allen Hurns doesn't do anything great. So he's actually doing exactly what we all thought Allen Hurns would do. Nothing. The concept of Allen Hurns would be a good one if it was being combined with a 2013, 2014 Dez Bryant. Allen Hurns by himself, he can't do anything with this cast of Jags that we have at wide receiver. He's not going to consistently win against good corners. He's not going to consistently win against average corners. Okay? But if he was placed in a one-on-one situation because another receiver was dictating the coverage and coverage was rolling his way and he saw a lot of softer coverage, then Allen Hurns would be a decent number 2, number 3 type of receiver. But in this offense, he's been asked to be a number 1, and he doesn't make any of the plays that a number 1 wide receiver would make. More importantly, he's not even making the plays that a number 2 wide receiver would make. Right now, the Cowboys need consistency from one of these wide receivers. One. I feel like Jeff Swan is a good, solid tight end. He's just like, what's the dude? Heath Miller. Before he actually was good, he's that type of a receiver, tight end. Give him some opportunities. Let's see what Jeff Swan can do, man. Let's focus the offensive, the passing game around him. He seems to be the only one that consistently can beat one-on-one coverage. He seems to be the only one that's able to find a soft spot in the zone. So I like Swan. Dak Prescott. I cannot end this vlog entry without saying what I have to say about Dak Prescott, okay? Simply put, Dak, no, it's not your fault. I don't blame you. As a Cowboy fan, I don't blame you. But you aren't doing enough to earn a second contract with this team. Everything that you want out of your career is in front of you, Dak Prescott. You have the Danos commercial because you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. It's not because you're great. Cam Newton was great. You're not great. The reason you have that Danos commercial is because you play for the Dallas Cowboys. You can continue to be an average to above average quarterback as long as you have success with the